the big conundrum in these parts, and I don't know about you, Rosie, I'm a bit shocked. We're sitting here on July 7th, and Matt Murray is still a Toronto Maple Leaf, but we think a resolution is coming at some point in time here.
Yeah, you think so. I mean, that buyout window gets opened up
Yeah.
with arbitration to do with the other. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on. But bottom line is, I believe they're going to get that contract off the books. They basically have to. It's too much of a chunk being 8-up right now when we're trying to maximize our roster and try to still get some guys in potentially free agency or make some deals and some trades, and having that on the books weighing you down is just like an anchor. So I think they're going to shed it soon, and I don't think there's any other option.
So just to walk everybody through what's going on, as Rosie mentioned, Ilya Samsonov filed for a salary arbitration, which is significant because that move, as he mentioned, gains a buyout window for this team, I believe, following Samsonov's hearing. So it's two plans. Like, I think reading in between the lines here, Matt Murray has played his last game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. You're either trading him or buying him out. And obviously it makes more sense to trade him. The buyout, it would eat money against the cap. I believe $687,000 next season, $2 million the season after that. But the problem is, who is taking Matt Murray, considering now it's July 7th? The goaltending carousel has shifted in the direction most teams know what they're going to do. And it's gotten to a point where, like, they're going to have to give up a sweetener if they want to trade Matt Murray. So, like, that's the internal discussion right now in Toronto is, like, do you buy him out or do you trade him?
Yeah, and there's not many sweeteners to go around. I mean, our draft picks
Nick
are
Robertson.
kind of thin. We don't have a whole lot down the pipeline. It's just a matter of, there are goalies. You're always in this position. There's only so many of them in the NHL, and to move them around is difficult. But I mean, if somebody wants to, get to, say, the cap floor, one of those teams, they need a backup goalie maybe who can be somewhat reliable, which Matt Murray, when he's healthy, reliable in the net, not reliable to be. That's why I say backup. If you need this guy to go in and play 30 games or something and spread it out, and you got your number one that you're going to rely on, he can come in and play if he's healthy and be a solid goaltender. When he's healthy, he is not bad at all. He actually was playing quite well. We were thinking the experiment with the two goalies was going swimmingly. Lo and behold, he gets injured again. But if you use him strictly as a backup role and you need someone to be able to fill in when you're relieving your number one guy, the problem is, who wants a $4 million backup who you're not sure how much he's going to be healthy or not? That's going to be tough. Like you say, you're going to have to sweeten the deal for somebody. And I don't know. I think buyout is the most logical option here.
The cap hit, by the way, $4.69 million. Nice, by the way, on the 6-9. I just, that's the debate I'm having in my mind is, like, if you use a sweetener, it's probably Nick Robertson. Like, it's I don't know who else would be on that roster. So does it make sense to deal a Nick Robertson to get away from that contract and to free up cap space?
I say no, because you can just do it for free with the buyout window and you don't have to give up Nick Robertson, right? I mean, you don't know what Nick Robertson's going to be. You look at his brother, he came out of nowhere. And I mean, the amount of points and goals that guy was putting up, he was one of the premier guys in the league. He's really blossomed. I mean, if his brother's got the same DNA, which he does, maybe he's going to do the same thing. And to give him up to get rid of Matt Murray, and then to watch him, as Leafs fans do so often, another player that was in their organization, go elsewhere in the league and have a flourishing career and win Stanley Cups and blah, blah, blah. We don't want to see that. So why give up Nick Robertson if there's other way?
I get it. I totally get it. But again, in this cap world, and I know the cap's expected to rise by 4 to 6 million. That's the projection for next summer. A team like the Leafs, like, use every penny, and we know this. And you always make that comparison to, they had like $14 left under the cap. Like, it was ridiculous this year. And Brandon Pridham doesn't get enough respect for the job he does. I just wonder, again, and namely in 2 years, if you want to tie up $2 million to a Matt Murray buyout. I know 687 is enough and is okay to swallow for next season. But I just, that's why there's, like, I'm sure they're weighing this on a daily basis, but at the very least they have time now because Ilya Samsonov elected for salary arbitration here.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the little bit on the buyout that does stay on the cap, is that, how valuable is that to you? Is that where is opening that up to get something in the works to fill that hole, to get us right up against the cap ceiling again, worth a Nick Robertson? That's what they're going to have to decide. But, I think at the end of the day, you just need to open that up. You need to start working the phones and working the lines, thinking A, there's two options. We're either going to have Matt Murray's entire contract off the books, or B, we're going to have to retain X and start planning for that. And it's just it's one of those things of a GM. Like, is it worth it to me to get this rest of this contract off the books for Nick Robertson? No one has a crystal ball. No one knows what this guy's going to turn into. Obviously, we're not that deep in prospects, so I think he's got value there. But on the other hand, if you've seen enough and said, you know what, we can afford to lose this guy to make a run again right now, the time is now. I mean, that's why we're in the position we are with draft picks and prospects, is we've put the hammer down trying to win. So if you're on that camp, let's go. They're going to have to make a decision.